Flag. I got to talk about this before I even introduce ourselves. The fucking Chiefs got handed another one. They got handed another one. I can't even introduce the shit. I'm so upset.
Oh, no.
For one, let me start with this. Aiden O'Connell looked phenomenal in that final drive. That's one. 2, 10 of the 11 players on offense were moving when he snapped the ball. That's the definition of a false start. That means the play is called dead. Just like the referee from the sideline that threw the flag and sprinted while whistling in the middle of the field, rolling his arms. Because that was a false start. But they decided, well, the Chiefs are about to lose this game because they're in field goal range. And the Chiefs recovered it. So, fuck it. It's an illegal shift. This is bullshit. There needs to be an investigation against the refs in that game because there has been 6 extremely fraudulent end-of-the-game things that's happened in the Chiefs' favor so far this season alone. And every NFL fan that I know is sick and tired of it.
Even before the game started, they had video of the ref having a full-on conversation with Patty.
Anyway, I'm Brandon. I'm with the Preacher Man.
What up?
I'm with Sean O'Mac.
Hello.
And we're here for our Thursday episode where I'm already fired up. I think what I just did got them fired up. We're here for a great game. We switched the whole set around.
Yeah, episode 40, man.
We're in it, all right? And we're going to get there.
Yeah, man.
If you're watching on YouTube and you hate the new set, let us know because I am shining bright like a diamond, like Rihanna said. We out here. Didn't Rihanna not say that? Was it Beyonce?
It was Rihanna.
All right, then. So why would you... Anyway, bro, we out here, non-copyright strike, because this is America.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Preach was very active on this wire this afternoon.
It was
like boom, 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 boom.
Well, that's because I didn't have anybody on my roster.
Oh.
They're all on bye or hurt. So,
and you were talking shit to me because I had a terrible Week 14 bye, and you picked up 4 people.
Well, that was just no
gaming.
Look. That was in like a dynasty league and not the redraft league. But anyhow, the playoffs are coming.
Playoffs.
We're going to talk about that later in the pod. But before we get there, let's get to injuries that happened this past week. Because one of the reasons why I had to go to the waiver wire is because I had Taysom Hill.
Okay, man.
And so I had to pick somebody up because he's out for the season with a knee injury.
He's going.
It's unfortunate. Evan McPherson didn't have to pick up somebody else, but he's expected to miss a few weeks because he pulled something in his groin.
He pulled his balls?
Essentially.
You got to protect the McNuggets.
So that's unfortunate there. And then in some news coming out this week, Drew Lock is named the starter against the Saints, and Deontay Johnson suspended by the Ravens for 1 game without pay due to detriment to the team.
Preach, you said when this trade happened, he was a sketchy teammate.
I did.
He did.
I did. And
called that from the beginning.
Now he's suspended 1 game for conduct detriment to
He refused to go in the game. Like,
how do you do that? Get out there. Come on, Leroy.
I'm not doing that, man.
This is ridiculous.
So, though he's suspended for a game, and so, what do you think that means for the Ravens this week?
Losing Deontay Johnson? Nothing, because he wasn't involved anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of losses, Sean...
Yes.
You sustained 2 heavy losses this week.
Yes.
CMC, done for the year with a PCL tear, right? Is it a tear? Is it...
Look, man, all I know is I saw that calf explode, so... Knee my ass.
Achilles.
I gotta say.
Achilles?
Yeah, his calf exploded. Watch the video. That Madden curse came back with... Dude, it's been dormant for like 8 years. It hasn't struck anybody since like 2017.
They come back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Well, I think it ruined his season and his career.
I think his career might be over.
Sean, what say you?
So I got a lot going through my mind. I'm really frustrated, but I was very frustrated, but now it just comes natural, I guess I could say. I'm kind of immune to it. So here's the deal, right? So they decided, let's not take one running back. Let's take both running backs.
You know, you had like a buy one, get one free deal, I guess.
Yes.
And Madden Curse was so pissed off it took 2.
But I do want to send my condolences to Trip Williams and his family.
Yes. Yep.
That's very unfortunate.
We shared the thing, if you don't know what we're talking about, on Facebook.
And that just goes to show you it's been a really bad year because that's the second person from my team that's lost a child this year.
Yeah.
It's
something
crazy.
that no one should have to go through.
I don't know what's going on out west, what's in the water out there, but it's not good.
Clearly not good.
Not
So kind of where, I just want to say kind of where I'm at right now. I think maybe if we're lucky we'll win 2 more games. We'll lock up a top 10 pick. But I want to get to the off season, mentally, physically, everything. Let the guys rest up, get through the off season, get some picks in, make some changes. I'm gonna want to keep Kyle Shanahan because this ultimately at the end of the day, I cannot put what this season is on him with all the injuries. So let's get refreshed this offseason, make a push next year. Because next year, it is absolutely the last
do or die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely do or die for the Niners next year. And like we did say, no jokes, no nothing. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to the San Francisco 49ers as an organization with all the bad stuff that has been happening to them this year in their personal lives and their professional athlete lives.
Yeah.
On to other things.
Well, I was going to kind of stay with the 49ers
right.
for a second, but I think your team has a lot of when healthy, they have a lot of pieces that are really good. You know,
Yes.
Jordan Mason, now, you said 2 for 1. He is out with a high ankle sprain, so I don't know how long that's looking for him, but
They
he
put
seemed
him on IR, so at least 4 games.
But he seemed to really carry that team in the first couple weeks.
Dude.
Do you think that they utilize moving forward? Is this like a Detroit running back room situation where they balance both running backs? Because you got to assume if CMC did something massive to his leg, him coming back at the start of next season isn't probably on the timetable. And then when he comes back, I wouldn't want to push him to be the number 1.
And see, that's the frustrating thing because just like beginning this year, Shanahan wasn't straight out forward with what was wrong with C-Mac.
No.
He
lied through his teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do we know? I mean, are we expecting the right answer? We don't know if he's going to tell us because look, look at him. We didn't tell us beginning of the year.
Well, I think the right answer had been his calf all season long, and calf and maybe Achilles issue going forward. That's something big. We look at running backs. You said earlier you talked about Nick Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
He at one time was talked about to be a big star,
the best, if not second or third in the entire league, and now he comes back from his injury and he is a shell of his former self.
Right. So hopefully for your 49er team, like they can get together next year and just ball out because they got a lot of young talent. They got a lot of good talent there. Let's move forward to probably a lot of this episode conversation. Linebacker, former 49er, Azeez Al-Shahir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Suspended 3 games for his hit on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, obviously, because of that hit, has been injured in the protocol for concussion. Did not practice yesterday on Wednesday. So
Bullshit. Oh, my God. Sorry.
But anyhow, so the NFL noted that in their suspension, he had multiple personal fouls on sportsmanship-related rule violations in recent seasons. As of the recording of this pod on Wednesday, he was appealing that process. Mm-hmm. I don't have a current news right now, but hopefully by the end of recording this pod, we'll know that. Two things. One, was that hit...
clean.
So the hit was clean. Obviously, the suspension then would not be needed. What does the NFL do in this scenario moving forward? Because, it looked like a nasty hit, but nasty hits aren't just taboo.
They are
it's
nowadays.
Part of the game, though.
So, look, here's the deal, man. These quarterbacks... And Lawrence did it Sunday. He slid late. If you're going to slide and give yourself up, slide. But they want to try to get the extra yard. And Mahomes does it all the time. Mm-hmm. Fakes like he's running out of bounds, so they back off.
Right.
The linebacker's back, or the defense backs off,
Yep.
and he goes for 2 more yards. There needs to be a compromise.
Yes, there needs to be. And I see a lot of guys are going to the extreme, especially, like ESPN talk. Are saying, then just quarterbacks can't run anymore. Simple as that. It's like, no, let's treat them like a normal player. Doesn't matter if you're a quarterback or not. So you can either A, start taking hits, B, start sliding way earlier, or C, go out of bounds and you're supposed to go out of bounds. You play this extra shit. Like when they called the hit on Caleb Williams dirty on Thanksgiving, I want to say it was Rodriguez is the one that hit him when he was about to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown talked about it on his podcast, and he said Dan Campbell showed us tape of Caleb. Looks like he's going out, cuts in, and then gets another couple of yards. And he said, absolutely not. He said, if you see him doing that, hit him. And Dan Campbell told the refs, he said, this is what he does, and we are going to hit him. So he knew he wasn't going to get a flag, and his linebacker knew the job. So when Caleb took that kind of hit, and there was no penalty, but then you see this penalty on Trevor Lawrence. Now, I know it was different. He got hit in the head. It was different. But I bet Caleb thinks next time, doesn't he?
Right.
He got hit hard, dude.
Yeah.
He got twisted. So when it comes to quarterbacks getting hit, it's doing it the right way. But at the same time, if you ask me, it's kind of a dirty trick, them quarterbacks, because they know you can't hit me. They know it.
Right.
So they use it to their advantage against the rule book. And it's unfair.
They take advantage of it.
Of course. I would.
It's crap.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Until they say something to stop it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And it's a fine line between going down and not going down. Like, we talked about it. You're telling a grown man that's running at full speed to pull up after he's already started to lunge forward. That's not possible.
And I don't care if it's a lineman. I don't care if it's a corner. That is at least 160 pounds at the bare minimum, 350 at the high end, maybe even a little more. It doesn't matter what weight you are. You're not stopping that. That's too much momentum. You're going too fast for that much. You can't stop.
And I think that's the thing is, I guess for me in this scenario, I'm okay with them throwing a flag on the field for that because it's such a bang play, and I'm okay with throwing a flag and calling a personal foul on that because that is a discretionary. It's in the rules, right? The way the rule book states right now is part of the rules. But to suspend a guy because you feel that he made a forceful attempt when you look at it in slow-mo, and we always see these plays, like it's not full speed play, replay. It's always, let's slow it down. Oh, he led here. Oh, he was already going down. It's like, that's between the time that he went down to the time that he was hit is half a second.
Yeah.
And so we slow it down so it looks like 6-7 seconds. But in reality, it's a bang bang play, and that's the same thing. I kind of put it to like the college rule with targeting. How that's always a controversial call. I think this becomes a controversial call. You said ESPN's going to the reach of saying what the quarterback's not run. I think we gotta go back to 10, 15 years ago rules for the quarterback.
Dude, we just need 2000s rules back in general.
Because
the kickoffs were better. You had... People were allowed to hit people. Like, there's hospital passes thrown every single game, and there's nothing that happens other than a 60-yard bomb. It's like, dude, you think Brian Dawkins would be good in this league? Because the answer's no. He would never be good in this league.
Ray Lewis wouldn't.
Ray Lewis wouldn't be nothing.
I mean, it's like...
And I've had this conversation at work with other sports guys, and they're like, well, he'd still be good. It's like, yeah, but he wouldn't be the most feared linebacker in NFL history. Brian Dawkins wouldn't be the most feared DB in history because now the thing they would punish you for, they're ejected.
Right. I mean, I look at how many plays would have A.J. Hawk in his heyday would have gotten flagged for, roughing the passer or...
Clay Matthews. Yeah. Remember that stretch he had?
Yep.
He had 4 clean sacks. Quarterback still had the ball in his hand, roughing the passer. It's like... no wonder why he turned to shit.
And I think that's the big thing is moving forward with these quarterbacks. If they want to protect these guys, then they got to throw a red shirt over top of them.
Yeah.
And you touch them, they're down. Because it's going to turn into this. Trevor Lawrence knew what he had to do, right? He knew he had to get the first down. He knew how to bait him into it. And, if you want to, going down sliding, and we know they're sliding, and it's known, I guess that's when you can start to tack on suspensions and stuff.
Yep.
But when you start playing this tic-tac game of I'm going down, I'm not going down, just let the play on the field go and figure it out.
Yep.
That's huge news.
Somebody also said, I think it was Rex Ryan, but don't quote me. I believe he said they should fine the quarterback for sliding late.
Yes, I saw that.
So that means dude got a concussion and a fine? Fuck that. I'm sliding early next time, boy.
So at the end of the day, Lawrence is actually getting hurt more.
Yeah, Lawrence was placed on the IR today. I don't know if we've covered that, but that is from ESPN. So he's out the remainder of the regular season.
Yeah.
It's not like they have a shot in the postseason anyway. So Lawrence's season is over. And for that, let's all hope for his sake, because we all seem to like Trevor Lawrence. Mm-hmm. Let's hope we can get a coach in the offseason.
Matt Eberflus.
Speaking about that, oh my God, we didn't even it feels like it's been forever since we recorded. I don't know what's going on. The holidays were nuts.
Crazy.
Anyway, dude, how is the third down, or I should say the second down, played 35 seconds are left on the clock, and they snap third down at 5 seconds left? For one, a no huddle, don't take that long. That's one. That's Caleb's fault. Two, neither Caleb nor Eberflus realized we have a timeout, and we should probably fucking use that because it's third down and like 26. They had a legitimate shot to beat the Lions, which no one saw coming.
They were right there.
And Williams is a shitter. I don't know how many times I have to say it this season, but I'll continue.
I mean, did you see him like just pounding his hand on his and you're like, oh, hi.
Whoa.
And then the Eberflus is just standing there. He snaps the ball, and then it's over.
Time's out.
I mean, I'll be honest. When I was sitting on the couch watching the game, I was kind of a little dumbfounded.
Yeah,
like this is how this game ended. You still had a timeout. It didn't even feel like it didn't feel the end of the game. It was like
something's wrong.
Like, I don't know if somebody thought, like, maybe they called the timeout, and I don't think so.
Like, Eberflus was just like, what's the best way to get unemployed? Let's do this.
Look, I know that if I was the Bears GM, I would have left his stupid ass in Detroit. He wouldn't have even had a seat on the bus.
What if he's still standing on the sidelines when the Green Bay gets there tomorrow?
He's like...
Or today. Can I get it back now?
That's where Ryan Day is still on the field wondering what's happening.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
I guess I gotta let you guys duke that out for just a second here.
Look, anywho, hold on. Moving on, while we're on the Bears. Preach, there was some speculation that maybe Marcus Freeman...
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll obviously figure out what happens to the Bears' kind of coaching position there. But, back to, addressing the loss on Saturday. I was sitting on the 15-yard line myself in my couch, wondering what happened, to the game. And then I realized, oh, yeah, Ryan Day and Chip Kelly suck. You know what? Yeah. All right. So let me
announce it.
Flag. Let me turn the mic down a little bit so I don't go peek it out.
You're gonna do that anyway.
I know I am. So here's a couple problems I have. One, Chip Kelly, which granted, Chip Kelly is a phenomenal coach.
Yep.
Problem with Chip Kelly is he's a bull-headed idiot and can't go away from the run. Okay, now granted, yes, Will Howard threw 2 interceptions. I think he actually was concussed in that game because he took a massive shot in the second quarter. And supposedly he wasn't concussed, but I think he was. But he threw 2 picks. Now, granted, they weren't the best reads. So obviously I felt like they probably stayed with the run because they felt they had to stay with the run. But Will Howard at the end of the second quarter went downfield 6 for 8 and a tutty. And then they did absolutely nothing in the rest of the game. No points were scored in the second half. Harper, I think Harper could have done a better job running the ball than Ohio State did.
Fast.
Yeah,
Reach.
yeah. No, it was just it was definitely a travesty on the field with Ohio State gameplay. And Michigan did a great job. They put them where they felt they needed to. I was listening to Joel Klatt, and they were talking about how they felt that if they had Ohio State within 1 score, they would have won the game, and well, they did. So, I mean,
so now you guys get Tennessee in the playoff.
Presumably, yeah. But I mean that it probably will be at home, but at this point, I don't know if that will be at home or not. We'll kind of see how things, check out. But, Ryan Day probably is going to be the head coach moving forward.
Ryan Day?
Yeah, Ryan Day.
Oh.
Ryan Day.
Okay,
but, Urban Meyer's been showing interest in going back. But, yeah, from a college perspective, Ryan Day's probably going to be coach. Congratulations to Michigan for 4 years. I hate to say it that way because obviously I want Ohio State to win, but it is what it is. So.
What's Day's buyout if they fire him?
I believe it was $37 million.
What?
Just almost as expensive as our roster sitting at $20 million and not being able to beat you. So, anyhow.
I assume your Grand Durant is over.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Look, folks, upsets happen. I didn't take that money line. My parlay was dead quarter 1. So, fuck it. Look, man, everyone said that Ohio State was about to whoop that ass. So I took a parlay because I don't know college.
It was over in the first quarter. We were working.
I know. I called Sean. I was like, bro, my parlay's dead in the first quarter. He's like, what do you mean? I said, I took the damn parlay that Ohio State was going to stomp that ass.
But anywho, we got off track for a minute. Where were we? Bears?
I hope we're back on the NFL because that's what this fucking podcast is all about.
Yeah, Sean, took us on a turn.
Sorry.
Always, bro. Anyway, I mean, the Bucks. I want to talk about my Bucks for a minute. What the fuck?
Okay.
You guys took the Panthers to overtime? You bunch of shitters? Made me look stupid on the internet.
Oh.
I said, quote, total domination.
You did.
Yeah.
I did. That was my quote.
At the end of the day, Coach Bowles pulled it off.
Yeah, man.
That's why you guys cannot get rid of him.
I want to get rid of Bowles today. Same day delivery. I want him on another team. I can't stand him. Sorry, man. It's not my bread and butter. I don't want him.
Do you want Ryan Day?
No.
Oh, okay.
That dude won't even coach Little League next year, bro. They won't let that dude near anybody.
Do you want Vrabel?
Yes. But, look, man, here's the deal. There were some crazy upsets last week. There was a lot of tight games. A lot of blowouts, too, because the Bills stomped that ass.
The Bills did.
Snow game, dude. The Winter Soldier, Josh Allen.
I have to say this. Snow games look the best.
Dude, it was
Love
awesome.
I mean,
Love it.
Between the Browns game a couple weeks ago and then this game, it's so awesome to see everything just falling like a snow globe. So.
And Skip Bayless. You see his tweet?
Yeah.
He was
What'd
talking
he
about.
say?
I'm going to paraphrase. I don't like snow games. I like when elite athletes can play their best on a good field, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing fun or entertaining. I'm like, bullshit, dude.
Love it.
Did you see the damn... I want to say it was the Bills player, but I could be wrong. They showed him in his three-point stance, the D-tackle. He tried to go with both feet kicked out. That's funny. It's not even embarrassing. It's just, funny. Look what happened. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is football to me. When I think football this time of year, I hope every game's a snow game. Even if there's a dome, I hope the fucking thing breaks.
What about tomorrow night, man?
No.
It's tonight, but that's in a dome. But you know what people think of snow? Christmas. Just like our Gridiron Goons commercial.
Flag, again, on the commercial.
No way.
We have our t-shirts still. We've been pushing them. We've got a couple buys. We appreciate you guys. $20 a pop. We got the GGs on the front. We got the whole logo on the back. We can customize the colors on the two front GGs. Any colors you want, or we can do your team's color scheme. We can get you hooked up with the craft jar immediately. Just message us. You don't have to go through an outside source. That's how we're going to do it from now on, because it was getting a little bit confusing for people. So, message us directly on Facebook. You can comment down below. We will find a way to get a hold of you and get you a shirt. So, we're back with that commercial. I didn't change the commercial yet. We're still using the old set for that. We'll get a new one for you soon, but maybe on Saturday. Probably not, though. Let's just get real with each other. Anyway, I did pretty decent on some parlays this weekend.
Oh, you did?
I didn't win enough to bring any home, but I won enough to gamble this week, so we in it, boys.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Not counting the one you lost in the first 3 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, man, it was fucked.
You know what you didn't win this week?
What didn't I win this
Your
week?
matchup in the GGL redraft.
You want to get right into that?
Oh, yeah, we got it.
The
We got
best-
to spend a lot of time here.
The best team. Preacher with a 185. Dropped it right on my dome piece. Worst team. I've been saying this name a lot lately. Josh. Sorry, buddy. 113. You've been looking like shit. And that's with him having Jaden Daniels with his 28.5 points, by the way. Let's see. The most efficient manager was Terry?
Harry.
He missed it by 2 points.
Whoa.
So, good for him. Least efficient manager was myself. But the thing is my max points were more than anybody else. So, I really just fucked the whole week. It was CeeDee Lamb. That's who I blame it on. Anyway. So, highest points in a loss was myself with the 140.7. But the lowest points in a win, I still would have lost. It was Meth Head Keth with his 142. The biggest blowout was Terry over the neighbor kid. Whooped his ass by 53 points.
How fast did the neighbor kid sink this year?
Dude, crazy. We loved his team, too. Yeah. Anyway, the narrow victory was 8 Evo 12, and, he won by 25 points, so not that narrow. The overachiever was, of course, the preacher man himself, and the underachiever. Been saying his name a lot lately. It's Josh. You got to do something, buddy. So I'm going to kind of skip the whole performance things going on. I want to get right into standings because we are playoff push. It is game time. Most people winning in this league. Most people lose and you're out this week. There is 2 players that have completely locked up playoffs. And that is myself and Meth Head Keth. Me and Meth Head Keth versus this week. So, if I win, I have the first seed. He has the second. We both have buys anyway. But here is the problem. I need to beat Keith on the simple fact my points for are less than most people in the league. So, if Sean wins, he's going to take the bye week from me. I don't need the bye week, but I'd love to have it. Because who wouldn't? And other than that, it is literally a complete race. And as crazy as this might sound, Preacher's 10th place with a 5-8 record has a chance to get in these playoffs.
What?
He has to score high again. He has to stay on his hot streak. And he has to win. So, if a couple people lose, he's got half the league by points. That's the thing. So if the 5th spot, which is Terry, and the 6th spot, which is Neighbor Kid, and I think they verse each other, don't they?
No, so how it plays out, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Terry plays Crazy Eyes. They're both 6 and 7. So one's going to be 7 and 7, and one's going to be 6 and 8. All right? Then you have Neighbor Kid. So Terry and Neighbor Kid hold the 5th and 6th slot, the last 2 in the playoffs. Neighbor Kid plays Gil, both of them 6 and 7. So one's obviously going to be 7 and 7, one's going to be 6 and 8. I play, thank God, Jay Hicks this week because he's been terrible.
He's not even going to have service, bro.
So if I win, it'll be 6 and 8, and he'll be 6 and 8. So this is where it gets kind of in the weeds. I need Neighbor Kid to lose.
Or Terry.
Well, preferably, probably Neighbor Kid.
Because he only has you by 9 points?
Yes.
Right.
So if Gil could figure it out and, I don't know, win for once this week, I think I could be in the playoffs. Now, this is the crazy part. And I want to talk about this. Do you know who has the second in points against?
It's you. You've been bitching about it for weeks.
Actually, it's third right now. 8
Whatever.
Evo 12. It goes Gil, 8 Evo 12, and then myself have the 3 toughest schedules this year. So I think on that notion alone, I probably should just be in because I had to play the toughest schedule.
No, that's bullshit. I'm fighting for my life in the garbage bowl. I'll explain that later.
Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, there's still hope. Now, I wish I would have had a game earlier because that would have been really good if I was looking, at 6 and 7 right now and not 5 and 8. But yeah, man, my chances may not be 100%, but you know what? I believe that I'm gonna make it to the playoffs.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, so everybody's hopes are alive. Now, Sean O'Mac, I'm shocked he's not locked in here because he has a 7-6 record, which is tied with him and AEVO 12 taking up the 3rd and 4th spot respectively. But he has the 2nd highest points for, and it's not even close because I'm the 3rd highest points for, and he's got me by 70 points. Like, I can't make that up in 1 week. So I don't know how he doesn't have a start, because he would have to lose, right? AEVO 12 would have to win. Terry would have to win, but outscore Sean by 115 points. Like, how aren't you locked in? I don't get it.
I don't know, man.
There ain't no one locked in because there's no stars by no one's name.
Yes,
That's
there
crazy.
is.
Is there?
Yes, you crazy old bastard. Hold on, guys. I gotta help the elderly.
Whoa.
Okay, there is. Yep.
Anyway, so we're going to keep you updated, obviously, all the way through the playoffs. But Week 14, as we know, has some crazy-ass buys. I got to save myself a little bit, dropping Richardson early on because, dog shit. Not anymore. He came back with a vengeance, but that's not the point right now. But I am losing Henry and Flowers, and Meth Head Keth is losing basically nobody. He lost Mark Andrews, let's say that. But he replaced him with Hawkinsocks. So it ain't looking good for you, boy. So I'm probably going to lose this week. But the good thing is I have a shot to fight for my life in these playoffs. But as long as Meth Head Keth is in these playoffs, ain't nobody safe.
Just win, man.
Ain't nobody safe. It is
win.
simple as that. I'm trying to...
Just win, man.
I want to try to honeypot him into starting Jared Goff. I'm just kidding. I ain't going to do that.
So, on to your garbage bowl.
Yeah, let's just roll it right
yeah.
in. We're going to have a kind of long Thursday episode because
There's a
this
lot.
is our show. It's what we do. Anyway.
Playoffs, man.
So, going all the way down here. I snuck my way to that 6th seed. I was number 9 up until 2 weeks ago.
No way.
I have to win, essentially. Because if I lose, Steve has 50 points on me.
Oh, no.
So, and he would win, and I would lose. He's got me in points. It's game over for me. So I have to win. But if I can win, I'm in. Here's the deal. Is I'm going up against Willie fucking Ham. As we've said, a very avid listener on this program.
Shout out, Willie.
And he has been getting absolutely railed lately against the points against. He was on top of this leaderboard for a really long time, and his fall has not been good. He's lost 3 in a row. And I want to say it was 2 in a row, got to win 3 in a row. Like, it was not good. He had a vicious fall from grace.
Oh, no.
So, that's the only reason that I've been able to really sneak in there. And, like I said, I play him. So, even if he loses to me, he's more than likely still in these playoffs because his points for are 2nd in the league. And anyone underneath him, he has them by 112 points. So I'm out here just like, Will, let me win. You're still going to be in this bitch. But we can't do that. That's collusion. I'm a commissioner. I got to show some restraint. Right?
Yeah.
I got to
Yes.
be fair. Rule with an iron fist, but rule yourself as well. Just because you're the commissioner doesn't mean you can be a fucking dirtball. Anyway. So I'm in a win-and-in scenario. Now, listen to me. There is only 2 spots that aren't locked. And it is me and Willie Ham's spots. They're not locked. I don't know how Will isn't locked. But whatever, man. I don't make the rules. Sean O'Mac has an opportunity to get in these playoffs. He's in the 7th seed. He's right below me. I have him by 80 points. 86 points. So, I have to lose for him to get in. And he, obviously, has to win. Now, Sean O'Mac versus arguably the worst team in the league. It's Tony. The one that dropped Marvin Harrison week 2.
That Sean picked up?
Yes. Yes, he is versing him this week. So Sean has a incredibly easy...
We don't know that.
Listen to me. I know we don't roll off projections here, but Sean likes to empty his team every week and refill them like a fucking idiot.
Preach it, superstition.
Stupid. He has a running back slot open, a wide receiver slot open, a flex, a kicker, and a defense, and he's projected 40 less points. It's not okay.
Preach. It's superstitious.
It's stupid.
Sean.
Dude, it's not okay.
I think you're going to win.
So here's the thing, is that makes it even scarier for me. Because last year, I barely made the playoffs and I made a first-round exit.
Oh.
And it's really looking about the same. So I'm sketched out.
Well.
Well?
Well.
Don't call me that.
I think Will... How far is Willie behind you?
What do you mean?
In projections. I know we don't like looking.
It's only about like 5 points.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing: is I've got a couple people. I'm not going to start DJ Moore because he had them 2 good games in a row. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in him, and I don't believe in Caleb. We all know that. But Bucky Irving, if he can put up another 27 for me, I'm going to be a very happy man. I got Aaron Jones. Maybe he can pull his head out of his fucking ass. I watched him drop that touchdown pass, and I know you did too. We all seen it. Anyway, Sean O'Mac, you've been very quiet this episode. Bring it out. Let's talk about the garbage bowl.
You getting in?
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'll make it happen.
So that means Sean sees a loss coming in my future.
It's gonna be tight, man.
I don't
It
know.
is gonna be
man.
tight.
He's got Josh Allen.
Tony does.
Yes.
Sean's got this W.
I think you got it, Sean.
I'm not going to lie. If you lose to Tony, it's more embarrassment not to make the playoffs. It's more embarrassing to lose to Tony. Being real here.
What would Preach do?
What would Will say? He would laugh at you.
Willie Hams?
Absolutely he would. Because I lost to Tony, and he gave me a whole bunch of shit for like a week.
I would probably laugh at you if you lost.
I get it.
No, I'm going to try to make this thing happen.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're going to win, man.
Okay, man.
Yeah, I just got to clear.
Is there anything else in the garbage bowl here that you got to cover?
Other than I got the exact same amount of points week 11 and week 13.
Oh.
It's kind of weird.
Oh.
No, other than that, I think we're good. Other than good luck to you guys, the guys that listen. Ken in the shop, I know you're a very avid listener. Next year, we're going to try to get you into this fantasy league. Because,
Who?
Ken?
Oh.
We're going to try to get you in this fantasy league, bro. Because we appreciate you listening, too. Don't worry, man. I'll shout you out.
Willie Hams wants him.
You know who's also
He's
going to win?
already in the bitch.
You know who's going to win? The Green Bay Packers.
You know what? It wouldn't shock me.
Because that's tonight's matchup. Green Bay plays Detroit in Ford Field, and I wish I could be there.
They're like $400 a ticket.
I know, that's why I wish I could be there, but I
We
can't.
could go up there and just tailgate.
No! The fuck?
You want to be in there, man. Anyhow, Green Bay is a 3.5 point underdog in this matchup. The Lions have the third best offense, 8th best defense. They're 5th in passing and 4th in rushing. Green Bay, 4th in offense, 10th in defense, 10th in passing, 5th in rushing. Josh Jacobs has been an absolute dog these past couple weeks. I ain't gonna lie, man.
You're going to blow the mic.
I know, but I'm excited about Josh
get it.
Jacobs. This is going to be a really good game. The previous meeting this year, didn't go my way. It was a 24-14 loss in the rain in Green Bay. I was definitely unhappy about that. But you know what? I think we're going to bounce back. We've been doing really, really good recently, and I think it's going to continue on, man.
It wouldn't shock me if you guys won, just like I said about the Bears. But I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys have enough.
I mean, I know you took the Lions.
I did.
Sean
Absolutely.
took the Lions, which I figured would happen. But
I told you I'm voting Lions probably every single week unless there is a massive injury that happens. And to be honest, they just got another injury. Anzalone's out. His forearm, I think.
He's been out.
He was in last week.
No, he's been out with his forearm.
No, then someone else got
Rodriguez.
injured. Rodriguez.
ACL.
Okay. Sorry. My bad. But, dude, they just cannot survive the injuries. And that is hurting them more than the wins and loss show. Because I don't know what was wrong with that offense last week, but that offense was not clicking. That offense looked like shit last week. And we haven't seen that from the Lions since 2021.
And if they could do that this week, Xavier McKinney's been
Correct.
hot again.
Correct.
I mean,
Is Jair playing?
Alexander's out, and Dobbs have already been rolled out for tomorrow or tonight.
Woo! Stinky.
a little stinky pooper there, but you know what?
I'm starting Christian Watson.
Yeah. Start Jaden Reed.
I get that.
I think Josh Jacobs is going to have another huge game. If he doesn't, that's where Green Bay will lose. And if I arc back to the previous game that they met this year, it felt like they couldn't get the run going that well. So,
You just make a fucking move during the pod?
I had to, bro.
Bro! He picked up some dude named Wright off of KC, a kicker. What's that, a fourth string?
oh,
How are you dropping Juwan Johnson with Hill just getting
Taysom
hurt?
Hill being gone.
I'm good at tight end.
This dude's a fucking psycho.
I
Anyway,
hope you lose now.
I'm not.
I'm on it.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
I love that for me.
But, you know, so the Lions stopped the run last game, and that was the big issue there. So if Josh Jacobs can pound it on the ground tonight, I think Green Bay's going to win.
I get it. I can see why you feel that way. And, man, I see Goff throwing an INT, though. I'll give you that much.
Yeah.
But I don't see
Xavier
much.
McKinney, man.
I don't see much crazier than that, though. I still think you guys won't be able to stop that run game. If they go back to Sonic and Knuckles and not that knockoff bullshit we saw last week. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Is that the Aldi brand version?
Dude, that was great value at the best.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sean, what say you about this game?
That's a Walmart rollback.
I'm ready. I can't wait. I am stoked.
That's a hell
for
of a
this.
game.
Yes.
I might call off Friday.
You might call off tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I've already got the calling number on speed dial.
It's dialed.
You just have to hit call?
You want to do it together right now on the
I ain't
pod?
going to that fucking dump tomorrow.
Oh.
You want to do it right here on the
Okay,
pod?
man.
I guess not.
I guess not. Is there anything else we got going on now, man? No?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you know what? Comment down below if you like the new setup. If not, we'll go back to the old way. If you like it, we're going to keep it like this. You got a new jersey on today.
Sap, baby!
Sean's got a jersey coming
Well,
in.
yeah, I think you should tell them the whole story about last week when we were all
Little bonus footage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
This is
you know,
for
the
real.
Gridiron Goons, we like to hang out in a conference call when we're all at work. Because, you know, we ain't doing shit. So, I decided, when I was stopped safely on the side of the road, I looked at the NFL shop, and I saw they had Black Friday deals. And I was like, hey, I love Black Friday deals. So, I opened it up, and the first thing that popped up, Warren, Sapp, Mitchell, and Ness throwback jersey. I said, what? Them bitches said $159.99, marked down to $111. I said, I'm buying it. And everyone was like, what the hell? And I was like, Sean, you won't buy a jersey. Terry, you won't buy a jersey.
Shit.
Preacher, bet you won't buy a jersey. And then bonus footage. Eventually,
His house is on fire.
how
What?
bad?
Looks bad.
Well, for the bonus footage, we're going to have to cut this short. I'm Brandon. That's Preacher. That's Sean. This is your week.